dragons, mythical creatures that have captured human imagination for millennia, are among the most enduring and universal symbols in global mythology and folklore. Found in the cultural narratives of virtually every civilization, dragons are typically depicted as powerful, serpent-like beings, often combining reptilian features with supernatural qualities. From the fire-breathing beasts of Western traditions to the wise and benevolent dragons of Eastern cultures, these creatures have evolved in countless forms, embodying themes of strength, wisdom, chaos, and transformation. The allure of dragons lies not only in their fantastical nature but also in their ability to serve as a mirror for humanity's deepest fears, aspirations, and understanding of the natural world. The origins of dragon myths are deeply intertwined with humanity's early encounters with the mysteries of nature. Fossils of large prehistoric creatures, such as dinosaurs, may have inspired ancient stories of colossal serpents and winged beasts. Similarly, the discovery of whale bones, crocodiles, or large snakes could have contributed to the dragon archetype. Across cultures, dragons often embody a fusion of terrestrial, aquatic, and aerial attributes, reflecting an awe for the forces of nature that humanity has sought to understand and tame. In many traditions, dragons symbolize the primal power of the earth, capable of both creation and destruction. In Western mythology, dragons are often portrayed as malevolent and destructive creatures, embodying chaos and terror. They are frequently depicted as enormous, fire-breathing reptiles with leathery wings, spiked tails, and sharp claws. These dragons often hoard treasure, guarding vast troves of gold and jewels in dark caves or towering mountains. Stories such as the legend of St. George and the Dragon or the dragon-slaying exploits of heroes like Beowulf reflect a narrative in which dragons are formidable adversaries to be conquered, symbolizing the triumph of human courage and virtue over darkness and evil. In contrast, Eastern dragons, particularly those of Chinese, Japanese, and Korean mythology, are generally seen as benevolent and wise. These dragons are often associated with water, fertility, and the life-giving forces of nature. Chinese dragons, for example, are revered as symbols of power, prosperity, and good fortune. Unlike their Western counterparts, they are usually depicted as long, serpentine creatures with a blend of animal traits, such as the antlers of a deer, the claws of an eagle, and the scales of a fish. They are said to control the weather, particularly rain and floods, and are often invoked in rituals to ensure agricultural success. The Chinese dragon, or long, occupies a central place in Chinese culture, where it is considered a symbol of imperial authority and divine protection. Emperors were often referred to as the son of the dragon and used the dragon as a symbol of their divine right to rule. The dragon is also one of the 12 animals of the Chinese zodiac, representing ambition, intelligence, and vitality. During Chinese New Year and other festivals, dragon dances featuring elaborate dragon puppets are performed to bring luck and ward off evil spirits. In Japanese mythology, dragons, known as Ryu, share similarities with their Chinese counterparts but are often more closely associated with water and the sea. Many Japanese dragons are depicted as guardians of sacred places, such as temples and shrines, or as protectors of natural elements like rivers and oceans. One famous dragon in Japanese folklore is Ryujin, the sea god who resides in an underwater palace and controls the tides with magical jewels. Dragons in Japanese art and literature are often depicted as wise and noble beings, embodying harmony and balance. Korean dragons, or Yong, are similarly linked to water and agriculture, symbolizing prosperity and protection. They are often portrayed as more compassionate and less fearsome than their Western counterparts. In Korean folklore, dragons are sometimes depicted as divine emissaries or benevolent beings that guide and protect humanity. One unique feature of Korean dragons is the presence of a yueju or wish-fulfilling orb, which they hold in their claws or mouths. This orb is a symbol of knowledge, power, and abundance. Beyond Asia, dragons appear in a wide range of cultural traditions, each with its own distinct interpretations. In Hindu and Buddhist mythology, dragons are often associated with nagas, serpent-like beings that inhabit the underworld or guard treasures. These creatures are sometimes seen as guardians of sacred knowledge or protectors of natural forces, embodying a duality of danger and wisdom. In Slavic folklore, dragons are known as Zmei and often appear as adversaries in epic tales, representing chaos and tyranny that must be overcome by heroic figures. In Norse mythology, the dragon takes the form of Nhggr, a serpent-like creature that gnaws at the roots of Yggdrasil, the world tree. This dragon symbolizes destruction and decay, underscoring the cyclical nature of life and death in Norse cosmology. Another famous dragon in Norse legend is Fafnir, a dwarf who transforms into a dragon to guard his cursed treasure, a tale that inspired modern works like J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit. In modern times, dragons continue to captivate the imagination, finding a place in literature, film, and popular culture. Works such as Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings, George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire series, and J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter books feature dragons as central figures, each imbued with distinct personalities and roles. In these stories, dragons are often portrayed as both majestic and fearsome, embodying themes of power, freedom, and the unknown. The enduring appeal of dragons lies in their versatility as symbols and their ability to embody complex ideas. They can represent chaos and destruction, as seen in tales of dragon-slaying heroes, or wisdom and transformation, as in the Eastern traditions where dragons are revered as divine beings. In both cases, dragons challenge humanity to confront its fears and limitations, offering lessons about courage, humility, and the balance between humanity and nature. Dragons also reflect humanity's relationship with the natural world. Their association with powerful elements like fire, water, and wind underscores their role as symbols of nature's uncontrollable forces. At the same time, their depiction as treasure hoarders or guardians of sacred spaces speaks to humanity's fascination with the unknown and the desire to uncover hidden truths. By imagining creatures that blend the attributes of various animals and embody supernatural powers, humans have created a lens through which to explore their place in the universe. As science and archaeology advanced, the mythical origins of dragons were reinterpreted through the discovery of fossils and ancient bones. Large dinosaur skeletons and the remains of prehistoric megafauna likely contributed to the belief in dragons, providing a tangible foundation for myths that had been passed down for generations. Even today, the study of paleontology and the depiction of dinosaurs in media continue to inspire comparisons to the legendary dragons of old. The significance of dragons extends far beyond their mythical allure. They serve as profound reflections of the cultures and values that created them. Across time and geography, dragons have evolved to embody the fears, hopes, and ideals of humanity. In their diverse depictions, we find the essence of storytelling, a means of understanding the world, confronting the unknown, and preserving cultural heritage. In many traditions, dragons are associated with the elements, serving as intermediaries between humanity and the natural forces that shape existence. Fire-breathing dragons of Western lore often symbolize the destructive and transformative power of fire, a force both feared and revered. Their fiery breath, capable of scorching landscapes and reducing entire kingdoms to ash, is a metaphor for unchecked power and chaos. Yet, fire is also a force of renewal, clearing the way for new growth. This duality underscores the paradoxical nature of dragons as both destroyers and harbingers of transformation. Eastern dragons, by contrast, are more commonly linked to water, the source of life. They are depicted as guardians of rivers, lakes, and oceans, embodying the nurturing and life-sustaining qualities of water. At the same time, these dragons are not without their tempers, capable of summoning storms and floods when angered. This balance of benevolence and wrath reflects a deeper understanding of nature's dualities, its ability to sustain life and, at times, to reclaim it. Rituals and prayers to dragons for rain and good harvests demonstrate humanity's historical reliance on nature and its reverence for the forces beyond its control. Dragons also symbolize the pursuit of knowledge and the tension between humanity and the divine. In many myths, dragons guard treasures, not just of gold and jewels but also of wisdom, secrets, or forbidden knowledge. Heroes who seek to defeat or outwit dragons often do so to gain access to these treasures, embarking on quests that symbolize the struggle for enlightenment or self-discovery. The tale of Fafnir in Norse mythology, who hoards a cursed treasure, or the Greek legend of the Golden Fleece guarded by a dragon, speaks to this archetype of dragons as gatekeepers of hidden truths. the relationship between dragons and humanity is further enriched by their role as symbols of power and protection. In many cultures, dragons are seen as divine protectors of kings, temples, and sacred lands. The association of Chinese emperors with dragons is one of the most striking examples of this, where the dragon is not only a symbol of imperial authority but also a sign of cosmic harmony and the mandate of heaven. In this context, the dragon represents the balance between earthly rule and divine will, a reminder that leaders are stewards of both the people and the natural order. Dragons also feature prominently in alchemical and mystical traditions, where they represent the primal chaos from which all things arise. In these contexts, dragons are seen as symbols of transformation and spiritual awakening. The Ouroboros, a dragon or serpent consuming its own tail, is an ancient symbol of eternity in the cyclical nature of existence. This image captures the essence of dragons as beings that exist beyond the boundaries of time and space, embodying the infinite and the unknowable. In literature, dragons often serve as catalysts for heroism, forcing protagonists to confront their deepest fears and rise to challenges that test their limits. The dragon's presence in these narratives is both literal and metaphorical, representing internal struggles, moral dilemmas, or the chaotic forces of the universe. Beowulf's final battle with a dragon, for instance, symbolizes the inevitability of mortality and the enduring legacy of courage and honor. Similarly, modern depictions, such as Smaug in Tolkien's The Hobbit, portray dragons as intelligent, cunning adversaries whose defeat requires not just physical strength but also wit and resourcefulness. Dragons in popular culture have expanded far beyond their mythological roots, taking on new meanings and forms. They are no longer confined to their traditional roles as adversaries or protectors but are often reimagined as allies, companions, or even protagonists. This shift reflects a broader cultural trend toward viewing nature, and the mythical creatures that represent it, as partners rather than threats. Stories like in McCaffrey's Dragon Riders of Pern series or the animated film How to Train Your Dragon portray dragons as sentient beings capable of deep bonds with humans, emphasizing themes of trust, coexistence, and mutual respect. The dragon's adaptability as a symbol has allowed it to remain relevant across millennia, resonating with audiences of all ages and cultures. In contemporary settings, dragons often serve as metaphors for complex issues, such as environmental stewardship, the balance between progress and tradition, or the struggle against oppressive forces. Their depiction in art, film, and literature continues to evolve, reflecting the changing values and concerns of society. As we look to the future, dragons will undoubtedly remain an integral part of the human imagination. Their enduring appeal lies in their ability to embody universal themes while adapting to the unique cultural contexts in which they are portrayed. Whether as fearsome beasts, wise guardians, or symbols of transformation, dragons remind us of the power of storytelling to bridge the gap between the mundane and the extraordinary. They challenge us to confront our fears, embrace our aspirations, and seek harmony with the forces that shape our world. In essence, dragons are more than mythical creatures, they are timeless symbols of the human spirit. They embody our capacity for wonder, our reverence for nature, and our unending quest for understanding and transcendence. Through their legends, we find reflections of our struggles, our triumphs, and our place in the universe. To speak of dragons is to speak of the very essence of myth and its enduring power to inspire, transform, and connect us across the ages.